Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Friday, March 8th, 2019, and I am McKenna Hubert. The oldest member of the U.S. House passes away. Local search warrants executed on the charge of violating state laws. All of this and more coming up next on Texan TV. In campus news, yesterday was Alpha Gamma Delta's 28th annual picnic. This event supports their philanthropy, the Alpha Gamma Delta Foundation, to fight hunger, raise money by auctioning off Greek life baskets for each fraternity and sorority. This year, the Sisters of Alpha Gam had live music from Spencer Brent and Michael Petula. Their auctioneer was Myers Jackson from the Texas show Texas Flip and Move. In local news, according to the Stephenville Empire Tribune, Stephenville police executed search warrants on 6 local businesses Wednesday afternoon as part of an investigation into possible violations of Texas gambling laws and in some locations, possible violations of city ordinances. Police officers seized gambling machine, computers, other electronics, and U.S. currency. Those locations were Bargain Town, Indian Junction Antiques, Tobacco Plus, Keno Game Room, ABC Tobacco Shop, and Lingleville Game Parlor. No arrests have been made, but detectives are seeking arrest warrants through County Attorney Lisa Pence's office. And now Texas national and international news from the Associated Press. In state news, Ralph Hall, former Texas representative and the oldest member ever of the U.S., has passed away at the age of 95 Thursday morning. According to Ed Valentine, Hall's longtime strategist, Hall died at his home in Rockwall early Thursday morning. The cause of death was natural causes, with Valentine citing Hall's ripe age of 95. When asked about it, Hall has an impressive resume, including claiming to have sold Coca-Cola to Bonnie and Clyde, skydiving on Memorial Day at the age of 89 to honor veterans, flying as a Hellcat pilot during World War II, and of course, becoming the oldest member of Congress's lower chamber. When he was asked about breaking the record for oldest member of the U.S. House, Hall simply said, "I'm just an old guy, lived pretty clean." Hall originally ran as a Democrat for 12 years before announcing his switch to Republican in January of 2004. Hall was spoken highly of throughout both parties, with George W. Bush saying that Hall epitomized decency, class, and patriotism, while House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said all who knew Ralph respected him for his patriotism and his passion for public service and loved him for his humor and kindness. Hall was born on May 3, 1923, in a Dallas suburb and attended Texas Christian University and the University of Texas before earning a law degree at Southern Methodist University in 1951. He is survived by his 3 children, Hampton, Brett, and Blakely. His wife Mary passed away in 2008 at age 83. In national news, Woodstock co-founder Michael Lang has announced that they are almost ready to release the lineup for the Woodstock 50 festival, marking 50 years since the original Woodstock in 1969. More than 400,000 people attended Woodstock in 1969, which was held on August 15th through the 17th. More than 80 artists are expected to share the stage during this event, which will take place August 16th through the 18th in Watkins Glen, New York. The festival will feature 3 main stages being set up about 115 miles from the original Woodstock site. While no official announcements have been made regarding the lineup for the festival, various media reports have suggested that artists such as Jay-Z, the Black Keys, Imagine Dragons, and more will be headlining the event. When asked about Imagine Dragons playing at the concert, Lang commented that he doesn't think that's been announced yet, but I can tell you we've been in the talks with them. This Woodstock will be held at the Watkins Glen International Racetrack in the Finger Lakes. For more of today's national and international news, we turn to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. President Trump is set to visit Lee County, Alabama on Friday, the site of last weekend's devastating tornado. Federal disaster teams are on the scene after the storm killed 23 people. The House of Representatives overwhelmingly passed a resolution condemning anti-Semitism and other bigotry. The vote comes after Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar's statements about supporters of Israel triggered a dispute inside the Democratic Party. Former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort was sentenced to a little less than 4 years in prison. He was convicted of tax and bank fraud related to his work for Ukrainian politicians. And a SpaceX Dragon capsule separated from the International Space Station early Friday on its way back to Earth. The capsule could bring 2 astronauts to the space station as soon as this summer. Mike Hempen, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
In sports news, former Texas Christian University alumni dies at 89 years old. According to AP News, Dan Jenkins, the sports writing great and best-selling author, has died. He started from the Fort Worth Press and rose to Sports Illustrated. Jenkins is also a member of the Texas Golf Hall of Fame and the National Sportscasters and Sports Writers Hall of Fame. He will be missed greatly. And now we turn to the Associated Press for the Showbiz Minute.
AP Showbiz Minute. Authorities say a man who served jail time for breaking into Taylor Swift's Manhattan townhouse has been arrested for doing it again. Roger Alvarado was arrested on Thursday after he allegedly climbed a ladder to a second-floor patio and smashed a glass door to get inside. It's at least the 3rd time he's been found at Swift's home. Chicago police say they're conducting an internal investigation to determine the source of information leaked to media during the probe into Empire actor Jussie Smollett's claims he was attacked. The investigation began after Smollett was charged with felony disorderly conduct, but no leakers have been identified so far. After making millions, R. Kelly could be left with nothing. Kelly told CBS this morning that people stole money from his bank accounts, but offered no further details. His defense attorney said last month that Kelly's finances were in a mess after he was unable to post $100,000 in bail after his arrest on 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse. This is Matt Kemp with AP Showbiz Minute.
Now we turn to Haley Barnett for the weather.
According to the National Weather Forecast today in Stephenville, temperatures are back up with a high of 77 and a low of 60. On Saturday, the high will stay in the low 70s and get down to a chilly 45 degrees. On Sunday, temps will drop down into the high 50s and there will be a 40% chance of rain with a low in the high 40s. Have a great day, Texans.
This has been a production of Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Watch us live on Apogee Channel 2.1 in the dorms at 12:30 weekdays. If you live off campus, tune in on Northland Cable Channel 9. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, national, and international news. Today's broadcast was produced by Haley Barnett, Avery Weatherman, Jessica White, and Stephen Johnson. Have a wonderful day, Texans.